Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing. And today I wanted to talk to you about self healing and self care and touch a little bit on working on your shadow side and shadow work. So I just want to make sure that we are actually live. If you're here, make sure that you give me a hashtag live or a hashtag replay if you happen to watch this on the replay. And let's see. All right. Looks like we are good. So let me know that you're here. And I'm just going to type to you guys in the chat. If I could type today. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what's going on with you. How are you feeling with the fall? How are your allergies? All of that sort of thing. Any type of issues that you guys have going on, be sure to share them either here or if you have questions and you don't feel comfortable sending questions on the live streams, feel free to send me an email or send me a message on Instagram or Facebook, and I can always answer your questions anonymously when I do the lives on Sundays. So getting back to self-healing and self-care. Now, self-healing has so many facets. There are so many different aspects to self-healing that it's a very, very large topic. A topic that I try to touch on regularly here on this YouTube channel and in my blogs and in the emails that I send out to all of the amazing tribe members that are on the email list. But the aspects of taking care of yourself are very, very important, because if you ignore your self-care, you're very likely to not be at ease, to not be in balance, and to be able to fall into some sort of disease. You are opening yourself up for physical injuries, physical ailments, physical things to happen to you. And also, it's not good for your mental and emotional health, your mental and emotional state. So, it's really important that you balance out your spiritual, mental, and emotional and physical self, and that you try to make sure that you incorporate me time into everything, that you have a little bit of self-care time every day, even if it's just literally taking care of your physical self. Are you able to get some alone time by taking a shower? If you're a busy mom, that might be your only alone time. And you might pray that you're actually alone during that time. Because I know there were many times when I needed to take a shower and the little one was in a bucket, like in the little car seat bucket, all latched in so that they couldn't move on the floor in the bathroom so I could actually take a shower. I remember those days. They got tough. Um, but there are little things that you can do every day, just stopping and breathing to take care of you. And those things may seem small, but they add up. And it's really important to make sure that you do those little things. Be mindful. Stop and take that mindfulness breath and allow yourself to fully connect into what you're feeling and where you are right now. It's vital for your energy flow. It's vital for taking care of you. It's just really important. And another aspect of that is acknowledging where you're at. So we talk about taking me time and taking self-care time and taking care of yourself physically, making sure you're eating, making sure you're drinking, you're getting a shower, You're getting dressed every day. You have people to talk to when you're having problems. You need to be able to figure out how to set up healthy boundaries. And boundaries can be really tough, especially right now. I mean, I've noticed that with wearing masks when we go into places, sometimes people are just unaware of boundaries right now. That they're entering literally your personal physical space and they don't even realize they're doing it because they're not aware of where their physical space is. Um, I've noticed people driving erratically and not entering space. I think that a lot of us are having a lot of difficulty trying to figure out where our actual personal boundaries are right now. So, next week, after this week, I wanted to spend some time talking about grounding and centering and finding those physical boundaries. So, that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit next week. But this week, I want to focus more on why those boundaries are important and why shadow work is important. So, boundaries are knowing where there's lots of different types of boundaries, but our energetic boundaries is knowing where the outside of your energy is, the outside of your aura, and being aware of people or things in your personal space. A lot of people just call it personal space. Um, and being aware that you might be entering others' personal space because they don't know how to um, set up their boundaries, or because you're not aware of the fact that they literally said, can you please step back a little bit? And you're just totally ignoring them because you don't care. If you need to set personal boundaries, even on your time, your mental, emotional time, and say, I can't take that on right now. I'm sorry, I can't help you right now. That's really important. It's really important to take care of yourself. By setting that boundary, you're taking care of you. You're saying, this is not healthy for me right now. So I'm sorry, I can't help you, but maybe so and so can. So you don't have to be necessarily rude about the fact that you can't take on anything more onto your plate right now, that you're too busy doing things. But perhaps you can offer them another way. I know that I've had several emails myself that have come in this week, people that are looking for extra help about how to use a product, or extra help about, I don't know what to do in this situation and I really need help. And thankfully, I've been making and creating all these videos for all of you. So, several of those emails, I was able to reply back very quickly and say, hey, go watch this on my YouTube channel, because I had already done it. I didn't have the time in what I needed to do to take care of me to spend a lot of time replying to their email, but I did have a solution. So that solution was to send them here to the YouTube channel, because I'd already created several videos on those topics of things that they wanted more information on. So I'm still able to help them, but I'm still able to hold that boundary of, I don't have the time to react to that right now. So it's a win-win situation. Perhaps there are some sorts of situations that you have in your life going on that people are asking you to do things that you're not comfortable doing. Perhaps people are asking you to do things, but you're too swamped trying to take care of yourself. It's not healthy for you to give up your own personal little bit of private time that you manage to get right now to take care of someone else's needs if you're not taking care of yourself. Now, if you are taking care of yourself and you are doing your work and you are in a good place, it is an awesome time to give back to the community by helping others. But if you're not in that good place, it is good, healthy boundary setting to say, I'm sorry, I can't do that right now. You don't even have to say the words, I'm sorry. You can just say, oh, I already have all these things going on, but perhaps so and so could help you. Or, oh, I saw this um, amazing video on XYZ, or this person posted about that the other day. You should go read this. Or this was a great book. Why don't you try this? So instead of giving your personal time, you're giving them recommendations of other places to find that help. Perhaps that will help you in your situation. Let me know if you've come across situations like that recently. Let me know if you're having issues with your personal boundaries or issues with other people respecting your boundaries right now. Because it's really important to make sure that you have that space. It helps your overall health to make sure that you are taking care of you. So, self care is things like that shower, things like sleep, food, all of those things. And if you're having difficulty with those things, stop, be mindful, take a breath, and feel what's going on inside of you that's preventing you or outside of you. But what is preventing you from being able to take care of you? Acknowledge what that is. Sometimes we talk about the shadow side. And when we talk about shadow work and the shadow side, people tend to get a little freaked out, or they're like, oh, I can't deal with that. But the shadow is simply those things that we are not able or have not yet acknowledged or shined a light on about ourselves. So it's not something evil, it's not something negative, it's not something that needs to be hidden. It's things that we're just simply not aware of ourselves. Now, sometimes those are things that we don't want to acknowledge, things that we have shoved down, feelings that we've repressed, traumas that we've hidden away in boxes. Some of those parts of our shadow, that is what they are. But some of those parts of our shadow are just things that perhaps you saw spirits as a child and you were told they're not there. That's just your imaginary friend. You're imagining things. It's not there. That ability to see what is really around you could be repressed and part of your shadow and part of something that you don't acknowledge in yourself because you were told and trained that it didn't exist. That's not something bad. That's not something negative. It's something that you were trained to not look at. So start to open your mind about what shadow can mean and what aspects of yourself you're not acknowledging. Perhaps you're not acknowledging traumas that occurred or feelings that occurred because you were told not to cry. You were told that you weren't allowed to express those things. You were told you were never allowed to get mad. So, somewhere inside, you're really, really mad. You need to let those things out in a healthy way. You need to acknowledge and embrace those parts of you to take care of you, to work on your self healing. So, like I said, self healing has many, many aspects. Taking care of yourself physically, your mental, emotional health, having people to talk to, setting up good boundaries, working on that shadow work, perhaps with a therapist, perhaps doing shamanic healing work like I do with people. There's lots of ways to visualize and work on that shadow. Lots of ways to be mindful and just acknowledge things when they come up instead of repressing them and dealing with it a little bit at a time. Um, on Tuesday, we're going to be talking more in depth about shadow work. What exactly shadow work is and how you can possibly different ways to go about dealing with your shadow. Um, but as we take care of ourselves and we change ourselves and we heal us, this is how we heal the world. This is how we are able to change our little space and help other people around us change their space. And then as we heal ourselves and we are being mindful, we're mindful of things that other people around us need that are outside of our personal space. We can feel and sense because we're living from a place of heart. And as you work on yourself and you fill up that heart center, you realize that we are all connected. And then you smile at a stranger. You say kind words. You give someone a compliment. You help your neighbors. You help your family members. And if we all start doing this because we're all taking care of ourselves and we feel whole, and then we can help to take care of others, that is how we change what is going on in our world right now. We really are all one. And be kind to one another. The division and separation is not really there. It appears to be there. We have feelings and emotions and all this stuff that makes it be there. You have anger and fear that creates it to be there. But is it really there? Everyone's afraid of the same thing. You just don't realize that you're all afraid. And it's fears and people pushing those fears and separating us so that there's control, there's separation, there's control. So let's get back to acknowledging and being kind to everyone. That doesn't mean you don't agree with everyone, doesn't mean you have the same opinions as everyone. But as you learn to heal yourself, as you learn to move into your heart, that's how you realize that we're all here and we are all one. So, um, hi, Martin. How are you? I see you guys have comments. Nicole Autumn says, as a healthcare provider, I think this is vital, especially right now. I totally agree with that, Nicole. I find if I am working too much and I don't take care of me, especially spiritually, mentally, and in my own practice. Yeah, and you are trying to work on your balance and daily practice for the new year. And it's hard. Sometimes it is really hard. And my very, very first thing that I say is that mindfulness, just becoming aware of, wait, I'm feeling a little bit off, and it can take 30 seconds, but even that nice deep breath, that and then being still for a second can really help to reset. It can help you to feel what it is you need, and then you can move forward to that. And a lot of the things on the channel are about bringing that spirituality into daily practice, bringing spiritualness into everything you do, into washing dishes, into cooking. It doesn't always have to be ritual, or you can make everything you do ritual. Depends on your perspective of things. But there's not really, we like to, like I said, we like to separate ourselves. We like to separate that, the spiritual and the mundane. And it's not quite like that. It's all interwoven. And if we can go about our mundane tasks and our work with a spiritual mindset, we can change how much those mundane tasks wear down on us. And thank you so much, Nicole, for all the work that you are doing in the healthcare field, because it's really important right now. And I appreciate that you are able to give that help to people that they need right now. Um, and that they need all the time, but especially right now when it's really a little bit more difficult with everything that's going on in the world. Um, and that balance is just vital. So keep working on towards it and just keep plugging away and taking that little bit of time. I mean, I tend to try to get up a half an hour earlier than everyone so that I can have some alone time, or I stay up late at night, depending on your schedule, so that I can have a little bit of quiet time at night to do my meditation practice, um, to do things that are important to me, or take time to go for a walk. Anything that is small. And if you can scatter those little things throughout the day, then you don't have to have big chunks of time. You can just little tiny bits of things. Stop and acknowledge the sunrise or the sunset. Just, sit and park on your way home on the side of the street and watch in a place of nature. Just see some nature. You don't even have to get out of the car if it's too cold out or something like that. But just those little things of being able to express those feelings and not having to bring any negative energy home for those of us that have to leave to go to work. You don't want to bring all that stuff home and that stress home. You want to breathe and release all that stuff so that you don't have to deal with it in your home life. Um, Martin says, I'm curious about your thoughts on destruction as an aspect of creation in shadow work. So, it is true that nothing is created without something being destroyed. So, part of shadow work is things that you have hidden away from yourself. So, when you are able to let go of those things, you're able to destroy those limiting beliefs, then you're able to create new beliefs about how things really are. That's part of an aspect of what you're talking about. So, if you have these false and limiting beliefs about yourself, and you're only semi conscious about them, and a lot of them are in your shadow because it's things that were put on you and you don't even necessarily realize that they're there. You need to acknowledge them and break down those beliefs that are stopping you, and change that perspective. So you need to destroy them or let them go, and don't let them have control over you anymore, so that you can create the life that you want and the life that you are trying to manifest and live in your truth, because other people's truths that they put on you might not actually be your truth that fits to who you are and what you believe. Let me know if that helps with what you're trying to ask, if that was from going in the right direction with that. Nicole says, thank you. I definitely use the mindfulness and breathing at work. Can definitely help there. Um, and you appreciate the advice on the channel. It helps a lot. You're very welcome. I'm glad that you are enjoying it. Always let me know if you guys have other questions. I'm always looking for video topics. This morning I was trying to write out lots and lots of video topics for all of next month. And it really helps when I get emails and messages or comments from all of you guys, to even in the replays, I can pick up on them and comment back and then create whole videos on topics. So if there's things about spiritual living, mindfulness, energy healing, spiritual products, herbal healing, when you get to the physical side of balance, you have the herbs and the remedies and the teas. Um, A lot of the essential oils and things like that will help with mental, emotional issues, as well as obviously mindset and mindfulness. Um, and then the spiritual aspects of things and people wanting to cleanse and clear energy and use herbs and oils to bring in certain aspects, the metaphysical aspects of things. So it's all about anything that I can do to help you to come back to a place of balance. And I think that that is the importance of self care. Self healing and self care is all about balance. So, are we able to get rid of those beliefs and falsehoods that we are holding on to? Are we able to look inside and acknowledge what we are afraid of? Are we able to even figure out what we're afraid of without doing a lot of work? And shadow work is not something that's just poof, you're done. Oh, yeah, I looked at myself, I'm good. It's not how it works. Um, all healing work, all healing from trauma works like layers of an onion skin. So it's peeling off one little layer at a time. And some layers are thicker than others, and some are really thin. And it doesn't matter. It's your pace, it's what matters to you. And there's lots of other things that can help you with that. There are many great therapists out there that can help you with all of these things. If it's small things and you just need a little boost and you need some citrus essential oils or you need some crystals to help remind you, because you keep crystals in your pocket to help remind you about certain things, those are the things that I try to help you with. When you have physical ailments, go to the doctor, figure out what's going on. But if it's just a tiny little cold and you're sure that's what it is, or you need a little boost and things to try to keep you healthy before you get sick, or some teas to go to sleep, those are the things that I'm here to help you with, to talk about. So you will get referrals out to, this is something you need to talk to your doctor about. This is something you need to talk to a therapist about. But I try to help you as much as I possibly can with the tools that I have and with my experience working with other people. But it is never a prescription. It's never this is what you need to do. It's suggestions of other people have been helped by these things, or this is what helps me. These are the herbs and things that I take when I feel like that. They may or may not work for you. Some other people have luck with these things. That's how I am able to help you. So feel free to pop things in about any of those topics that you guys have questions on, whether that's on the live or on the replay. And Nicole, I really appreciate that. It's really good to know that I'm actually helping people. So if Martin is still on, let me know if I covered your topic or not. And I want to go over a couple of quick announcements. Let's see. Like I said, Tuesday, we're going to talk about shadow work, go a little more in depth on shadow work this week. Thursday, I want to talk about ancestor veneration and the importance of setting up an ancestor altar. Now, if you want to learn a little bit more about the importance of working with your ancestors at Samhain, I already do have a video up on that topic. You can find it in the in the videos from last year. But this one, I'm going to focus specifically on altars and ways to different various ways that I can think of to help you set up altars, because I believe that they're important all year long to work with your ancestors and not just necessarily at Samhain. But this is a great time when the veil is getting thin to add that topic to getting it seen by all of you and you thinking about it because the veil is thin. If you haven't already grabbed it, make sure that you grab your Falling Back into Balance lookbook. I didn't add the link in yet, but I will make sure that I add the link into the description of this video. But you can get it by going to transformationalhealingbydawna.com /resources. all of the different things like joining the tribe and lookbooks and free PDFs and all kinds of special classes and things that I have going on are all on that resources page. So anytime I'm putting up other links, you can probably find it by going to the resources page anyway. But there's a coupon on the last page of that book that expires on the 31st, and it is filled with quotes and fun information and some of the tools and the spiritual things and remedies and all that kind of stuff that will help you get back into balance in fall. So, filled with fun, you will really enjoy it. I enjoyed making it. And the Shamanic Journey series that starts this Wednesday is actually completely sold out. It's been sold out since last week. So if you are local and you're looking to do shamanic journey work, still give me a call and I will, or send me an email message and I will see what I can do about starting up another group as this one finishes so we can start another intro class perhaps in January. But I am going to be offering Reiki 1 in person on Sunday, November 14th. It's from 3 to 7 in the evening. We may run a little bit over, but depends on how many people register for it and how many attunements we need to do. But Reiki 1 is all about self-healing. And I'm looking forward to being able to share that with you so that you can connect in and realize that you can do energy healing work on yourself and learning all the different hand positions and getting attuned to connecting to source in a way of doing Reiki. It is one of the important and more accepted energy healing things. It is actually being used in hospitals now, along with healing touch for several years. There are lots of research information now proving that it is helping patients pre and post op surgery. So, I'm looking forward to sharing that Reiki journey with any of you who are wanting to do self healing in that way. But if you don't have any more questions, I'll wait another minute or so, but pop them in. And other than that, I'm hoping that our little talk about self healing and taking that time for you has really helped you. So I don't see anything else today. If you are watching this on the replay and you have questions, pop them in and I will answer your questions in the comments. And if you have video ideas, feel free to pop them there or send me a message. And perhaps that's what I can cover for you guys next week. But many blessings, tribe. And I will see you on Tuesday and Thursday of this week at 3 o'clock. Videos go live. And next Sunday at 2 p.m., we do Sundays live. We'll talk to you soon. Many blessings.